Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? So check this out, right? I was thinking to myself, coming from the gym, and I was just thinking, and I was like, how is it that I always have a word for someone else? Right? Like how is it that, like, sometimes, case in point, sometimes I can have a conversation with someone and I'll give them some advice. And after I give them the advice, I would be like, why didn't I listen to that? Right? Like, and I know people out there can understand what I'm saying, right? Like, you have a conversation with someone and then you're like, you're telling them good word, and as you speak, you know what I'm saying, the word, you like, man, like, how can I tell this person that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I needed to hear that. And let me explain to you why that's not a bad thing. You see, sometimes we get things confused. I said this many times, right? Like, all of us have an inherent gift inside of us that has to be birthed into the world. I say this many times, right? God has placed a gift in all of us that has to be birthed into the world. And until it's birthed into the world, you live life uncomfortable. Now, there's many different gifts, right? It can be gift of song, it can be gift of writing, there's many different gifts, right? But the thing is, you have to identify what your gift is and you have to put it into the world. Now, a lot of times, we look at, let's just say a singer, a gospel singer, right? Say you look at a gospel singer. I'll put a name to it. You look at Kirk Franklin, and I'm talking about the Melodies from Heaven, Kirk Franklin, right? Those songs got you through some of your hardest times in life. Some of those songs got you through. When Stump came out, they was playing Stump in the club, and a lot of the old saints would look and be like, how they playing that? That's blasphemous, this, that, and other. But that song was reaching people in the club, right? Then years down the line, social media comes out, and you know what I'm saying, everything is so readily accessible, and you have a look inside of his life, and a lot of people didn't like what they saw. Right? So they didn't like what they saw, and they're like, how could he be, doing these songs, but he's saying this or he's doing that, this, that, and other. See, his gift to the world is the gift of song. Right? That doesn't define who he is. It's a gift. And that's why you have to be able to subtract the gift from the person. You see, I'm a firm believer that God can reach you anywhere you at. You can be in the grocery store. You can be in the liquor store. If God got a word for you, that word is going to get to you. And it doesn't matter who it's coming from if it's for you. Right? So we look at these entities. We look at these people. We know pastors. We look at these pastors and you like, they preach good. Because the word that's inside of them has to be birthed into the world. How they live is something totally different. And where you're wrong at is when you're looking at man as validation for how you should be. You see, we need to be trying to pattern ourselves as of God, not as of the vehicle that gets you the word. So meanwhile, you're focused on the person. And then when that person shows you that they're human, all of a sudden you throw caution to the wind. Oh man, the church ain't nothing. Oh man, this person ain't, oh man, blah, 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 blah. No, that's their gift. Wisdom is what we all should be striving for. Not just the gift. See, that gift has to be that whatever God has put into you, someone needs. God has put something in you that someone needs. The problem is you're so worried about how it's going to be received, it never gets birthed into the world. And you're always uncomfortable. And sometimes that uncomfortability leads to drugs. It leads to all of these other vices to make yourself comfortable because you're not birthing into the world what God has for you because you're so busy looking at everybody else and how everybody else tries to tear all of these other people down. You see, in my age now, I have the ability to subtract the gift from the person. I don't look at people as God. I believe that they have a gift, and the gift of song is so powerful, because a lot of times we look at R&B singers, right? And we're like, man, that song is, oh my gosh, that song spoke to me. And then when stuff comes out about them in their personal life, right? They're singing about love, and then in their personal life, they have the most treacherous relationships, right? And what people start to do is they'll start looking at that person and be like, man, I can't even listen to the music no more. Look at how they living. Because you can't separate the gift from the person. And a lot of times I come on here and I do these videos, right? And the problem is that you can't separate the gift from the person, right? So when people watch my videos, right, I get so much love from people who don't really know me. But the people that really know me, they put me in these boxes. They put me in the Little Rodney box. So they're always going to see me as Little Rodney, which I love, because that was my grandmother's name for me, Little Rodney, right? But people put me in that box. So when I start speaking real stuff, they can't hear it because of where they keep me at. Then you have the other segment of people who are angered that I can come on here and speak positivity, right? And they're angered, so they're stuck in their anger. Let me tell you something. You can anger yourself right out of a blessing. And I'm living proof to that. I allowed myself to be so angry when my grandparents passed. I allowed myself to be so angry that I blocked some blessings, but I was able to redirect. I was able to redirect and say, okay, God, I hear you. Because anger, see, people worry about all of the major sins, right? You know what I'm saying? The 10 Commandments, this, that, and other, right? But it's those small things that really block your blessings. Because a lot of times when you're angered, you become angry and you stay there. Anger is a human emotion, but a lot of people stay there. And because you stay there, anger leads to angry, leads to other mistakes. Because now you're angered and now you're angry, now you can't hear. Now you're angry, now whatever's coming out of your mouth is coming from that space. And when you're angry, you have now put up a wall for what God really has for you. God really has something for you, but you're angered and you have become angry, and now that is your course of life. And when you're in that position, you start to make excuses for it. Yeah, I ain't talking to them no more, man, because blah, 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 blah. Or, yeah, I ain't doing that no more because last time I helped someone and they did me this, that, and the other, right? That angered state has caused you to live in that angry mindset. So anyways, man, I hope somebody got something out of this video. Love y'all. And I got something big coming, and I hope you guys support it. Anyways, man, y'all have a blessed day.
Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.